Diyan, nagsugod na dyan. Partners, ang panapas ko.
To be the first international student to graduate from such a prestigious university. I joined CTU because CTU was the largest state university in the province of Cebu. The instructors are up to date. They are well conversant with modern time world. The students, the lecturers have been warm people. You don't feel missing home at all if you are in such a school. A lot of students in CTU, they are very so I really like this to come to CTU students because I can understand their culture and style. That's cool. Also, come on for you.
Here with you for several years now for one standing support in COVID-19 pandemic, celebrating internationalization through online platform. First up,
Kailan day ka natin? Tuko ba?
This was much better. Yeah. I'm much happier here than I was in America. I don't like to be told. So this was good for me. As far as picking CTU, actually, this position was picked for me. My background. I just really want to come here. You would enjoy this life. Come to Cebu.
Why not to Cebu?
Cebu is good. Everyone is friendly and more friendly than another country, I think.
Yeah, di na ka kung di na kay ka mauwaw mo storya o tao diha. balik ni mo sa Pinas, di na siya ka mauwaw. Mayo na ay mo experience diha.
Every one of us has his or her own story to tell, based on our experiences and our perspectives throughout our lives. Hi, my name is
Masih
Ben.
ako.
I spent 3 years studying agriculture, during the course of which I was lucky enough to spend 6 months on an internship in the Netherlands. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my intercultural journey and share what I discovered, how it made me feel, and how it has affected my view in the field of agriculture.
Wala din na tubig.
Canada's leading universities to conduct a research project related to my field of specialization. I learned new things there, which sparks new research interest in me. Somebody break your heart, but I still want that. It's breaking, brings hope to all these aching. This temporary bend that seems like the end. We will make it through. Oh, me and you. No one left to cry. No dreams or hopes will die. We can make it far together. No race, no class, no color. We can make this world a little better if in our hearts we'll rediscover that kindness knows no border. One world, one goal to prosper.
Lagi miss. Oh, kakak. Nawid ako diyang magic sarap sad pa. Dadan na lang na. Hindi magbalik na. Di lang sa tiyan! Ang makupaniod to, te.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. A wonderful day to everyone, to our audience from the Philippines, of course, from Cebu Technological University, and also from our local partners here in the Philippines, the University of Cebu, St. Louis University from Baguio. We also have here from Davao, Davao Oriental University, RSJ Academy, University of Mindanao. And of course, we are joined in by our friends abroad. Among those are our friends from the Erasmus Plus Friends Project and the Asia Technological University. So based on the registration, we have audience from Malaysia, from University Technology Malaysia, from University Malaysia Terengganu, University Malaysia Sarawak, UTM Malaysia, Japan International Institute of Technology, UTM Kuala Lumpur, University Malaysia Perlis Unimap, Asia Pacific University of Technology and Innovation. We also have from Iraq, Tishik International University, from Thailand, Prince of Songkla University. And these are just based on the registration. We know that we are joined in by friends of diverse cultural backgrounds, and we delight in this diversity. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CTU's first International and Intercultural Festival 2021. To start off, we will be having the prayer, the Philippine National Anthem, and the ASEAN Hymn.
Seigneur, guéris-nous et garde-nous unis. En ce moment, alors que le virus ébranle le monde entier, puisque c'est sous votre contrôle, nous nous en remettons à vous pour nous en délivrer.
Nag-ampo kami alang sa mga masakiton ug natapdan aron sila maulian.
Bwana utuponye na utuweke pamoja. Kwa wale ambao wako na shida na upotezaji wa kazi au biashara, wale ambao wamepotea na hawezi kurudi nyumbani.
Molimo-se za zdravite, molimo-se da imamo i finansijsku pomoć i pomaganje, molimo-se da ih dokosneš i da ih vdохновиш, za da budeš velik нуждающий se. Until we divide ourselves in this responsibility for our neighbor.
私たちは
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. صباح الخير للجميع. معكم الدكتور أشرف البرين. أتمنى الجميع يكون بصحة وسلامة، وإن شاء الله قريبا نلتقي بعد هذه الجائحة، وأتمنى أن نحصل على اللقاح في القريب العاجل لفيروس كورونا، مع تمنيات الجميع بالصحة والسلامة، وإن شاء الله نلتقي عن قريب.
Lord, we pray for the people to be kind to one another, avoid praise or of frontliners. In this crisis that we are all in, we pray for health, for peace, for joy, spiritual growth. Lord, heal us and keep us united. In your name we pray.
mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Sana all. Ikaw rin, Noy. Mute na.
Magandang hapon once again to our speakers here and of course at our best for our podcast. Good morning.
Kahiyon ka, Brad? Kahihi, Brad?
Kanihi sa pero pwede i-mute.
Ha?
Palihog lang pag-mute sa atong mga Okay, sige. So currently we have like 1,700 registration, but I know that there are more who are watching us right now from different universities all over the globe. So, but before we have our speakers this afternoon, we would like to share with you a video presentation made by our faculty member from CTU Barili on intercultural awareness and cultural diversity. This video is just a sample of the videos that are to be shown tomorrow by our CTU students. I think there are 9 of you who have participated in the digital storytelling contest. So let's watch this video by Engineer Mary Chris Alegren of CTU Barili.
Hi, call me Chris. I grew up in a small rural town 60 kilometers southwest of the big and exciting city of Cebu. Back in the days, my hometown was not a touristic place, even with its gems hidden in its grandiose green mountains towering over its valleys. Traveling back then was a luxury only the privileged can afford. Therefore, my exposure with different cultures growing up has not been extensive. But I mean, culturally intensity. Because when we talk about intercultural awareness and cultural diversity, the picture of people coming from different countries, wearing different clothes, having different skin colors, holding each other's hand, that in a typical promotional campaign is what would most likely first come to mind. But it is safe to assume that cultural awareness related to such context, where people of different nationalities are forced to work together to achieve a common goal of coexistence. If we look closely, we deal with the repercussions of the lack of intercultural competence in the largest communities of our societies, the communities that we belong. It can differ from household to household, to individual, and more dynamically, different aspects of the cultural orientation in which we identify ourselves, such as religion, political behaviors can vary over our lifetime, and in each, we may experience different responses from the same group of people. So how do we reconcile our behavior towards such a dynamic and entropic concept of cultural diversity? Is it truly imperative to have an international experience before we can practice cultural awareness and sensitivity? Let us take urban elitism as an example, mainly a cultural disparity between urban and rural social classes. These superstitious due to their perceived superior qualities, in this case by virtue of being born and raised in the city. This is the rare reason why some people from the countryside, including but not limited to those belonging in ethnic groups, go through a process of consciously losing part of themselves when immersed in big cities, since some behaviors are viewed as pitiful, disgusting, embarrassing, or scary, thus making the way they in this context, the city people lack the understanding of reference frame of the rural folks. This is something that I have experienced personally on many different occasions. But the right reaction should not be mockery, but openness, empathy, and respect. The belief that the culture of a certain group is the only real, acceptable culture, or to consider our own as the only good culture, is problematic. This is where the crisis begins, when we refuse to acknowledge other cultures as valid and simply the present form of a dynamic concept. It cripples our capacity to function effectively, to think and act appropriately, and to communicate and work with people from different cultural backgrounds. Only when we see the human in each other shall we be open to recognize and appreciate our cultural differences. With this, we are challenged to align our behaviors and attitudes towards each other that promotes acceptance, respect, open communication, and curiosity of other people's viewpoint. These are skills we need to master in our own land before we can confidently claim it is easy to be accommodating of other countries' cultural needs. Let us stop being ironic. Let us stop having double standards. Unlike how we are challenged to practice cultural awareness and sensitivity from our shores to the world, it is important to remember that all these can only be achieved when we have looked inside ourselves and are at peace with our own beliefs, values, and identities. The only way is inside out.
All right, why don't we give a round of applause, a virtual round of applause for that video made by Engineer Mary Chris Alegan of CTU Barili. Pakpakan na to sila, mga higala. Okay. Also let's welcome our foreign guests from Malaysia. They are here. Pakpakan sa nato atong mga guests and audience from Malaysia. They are here from Japan, from Thailand, and from ang hapon sa tanan. And of course, atong mga friends, no, nga dili taga CTU. So, right now we are going to introduce our first speaker, and he is from Japan. To formally introduce our speaker, the first speaker, to speak on Japan's culture and internationalization of engineering and technology, let us have the chairperson for CTU Main College of Engineering, Engineer Ronald Galindo.
Hello, good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon.
Our first speaker for this afternoon session, he is a visiting professor of Shibaura Institute of Technology, Japan. He graduated Hitoshobashi University for Bachelor of Arts in Law, and also he graduated University of Southern California for his MBA International Business. He's living and working in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, as a visiting lecturer at the Department of Management of Technology at Malaysia, Japan, International Institute of Technology, University Technology Malaysia, or UTM. He is the founder of a management consulting firm, Brainstorm Worldwide Incorporated, and rendering consultation about cross-border business strategy and human resources development. His research interests include entrepreneurship, global competency development, recurrent education, and others. He is the current chair of ATU NET, Mobility Special Interest Group, and organizing a virtual Asia Exploration Program, together with the total about 6 universities from 5 countries, including the Cebu Technological University. Please help me welcome our first speaker for this afternoon session, Professor Hiroyuki Ishizaki.
Hi, Dr. Ronaldo Galindo and Dr. Doris. Thank you for a kind introduction. My name is Hiro Ishizaki. Good afternoon, everybody from Malaysia. even though I'm Japanese living in Malaysia, and so I congratulations for the very first internationalization, international and intercultural festival. So I'm quite delighted to be a first speaker of this event, because the relationship between Dr. Doris, Dr. Ronaldo, and myself is related with intercultural collaboration. So here's the video, here's the slide. So we are co-hosting at an event of the unique lecture, so named Virtual Asia Exploration of BACS. So there are 6 universities currently working together to host one lecture, and through this collaboration, so CTU and Shibaura are having a good partnership. So intercultural activities, how valuable it is. So here is my real example. As I was introduced, I got an MBA master's degree in the US, and when I went to America, I really felt, hey, I'm a Japanese and I'm an Asian, because I'm the only Japanese among the group, and quite Asians are minorities. So I'm representing the Asia and the Japanese, and then I have to know more about Asian neighbors. So that's the reason why I came to Malaysia and living and working and enjoy my life together with my Malaysian colleagues and international colleagues. So this is always an exciting thing to have such an intercultural friendship. So this is an extension of my passion to Philippines. I hope I will go to Cebu in the very near future. Then I hope many of you are interested in Japan as well. It's my mother country, and I hope you have some interest in Japan. But when we say Japan, what is your understanding? What is the interest? So because it's a quite diverse country, it's quite interesting among the even amongst Asia, and we have unique culture. So please help me to understand your interest. So if you have a connection to the internet, okay, so here is a Google slide. That means a Google Jam Drive. So here, okay, I'm going to put a link to the chat box. Oh, where is it? Okay, so chat box. So if you can go to the link, so please find the Google Jamboard, just like this one. On the first page, please write what you know about Japan, or what you want to do in Japan when you go to, okay, when you go to Japan in the future. Just a moment. Not this one. So this is a Google slide. So if you can go, okay, hey, somebody's already writing. Please write, feel your interest, what you know about Japan, or what you want to do in Japan in the future, or any question into this Google slide. I just want to be interactive. Okay. So here's the national flag. So this Chinese character sounds wa. That means harmony and mixture, or some, or peaceful, or collaboration, or Japanese style. So just for example, when we say wa shoku, wa means Japan, shoku means food. So this is symbolizing our culture. So we love collaboration, mixture with other cultures, and peacefulness. So another unique thing about Japan is our emperor, because our dynasty emperor has more than 2,600 years. That is the longest dynasty in the world. It was accredited by the Guinness Book. So it's officially recognized by the Guinness Book. This is the #1, the world's longest kingdom or emperor or dynasty in the world. So we have very traditional country. And the unique culture is about Shintoism. This is a a kind of religion or belief that we are living together with the nature and ancestor and friends. So this is a cultural background and tradition. So if you have a chance to go to Japan, so I want to bring you to the shrine. This is covered with the forest, but this shrine is in the middle of the Tokyo. So that means, so it's quite urbanized city, but in the middle we can find such kind of nature, just like symbolizing the universe based on the Japanese religion Shinto. So Japan has a long history about robotics, for example, okay? So in this is a craftsman named Hisashige Tanaka. He was born in 1799 until 1881. During this period, there is no electricity, there is no metal spring, of course. So of course, no internet, no smartphone, and no robotics technology. But during that time, he created a wonderful robot. So let me show the sample. Just a moment.
石崎先生、杉村です。もしかしてプレゼンテーション、もしかして始めちゃってます？今ってイントロダクションオブスピーカー1のところだけだったのかなってちょっと思ったんですけど。
あれこれはプレゼンを始めない方がよかった？ど
うなんでしょう。すみません。この後に予定見るとイントロダクションオブスピーカー2って書いてあって、プロフェッサー・アルネジャーっていう方の紹介ももしかしたらあったのかな。すみません。ちょっと口挟んじゃったんですけど、ちょっとそこ
Dr. Galindo, can I continue the presentation or may I ask the introduction of the second speaker?
You continue, Prof. Hiro.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, thank you. Okay.
You present.
Okay, here is a video which was created only with wood and the beard of the whale in Edo era. So when the guest picks up the cat, so this is a spring. When the guest picks up the cup and return it, the doll goes back to the original position. So this is even before the electricity technology. So based on that, we have been nurturing the interest in the robotics, and it is also reflected to the imaginary world like animation. Do you know this robot? World famous robot?
Doraemon.
Yes, Doraemon. Yes, Doraemon. You know, this is a peaceful application of the imagination and the robotics idea, and the solution problem solvers. So this is also a good part of the Japanese robotics applied into the animation style. So we also created this is called
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy, yeah, Atom.
Astro Boy.
Atom. Yes, this is also famous. And even after that, we have this is also very famous
Gundam Seed.
Gundam, yes. So so this is a kind of a soul we have been embedded into our mind from Edo era, like more than 200 years before.
You miss Voltage 5, Professor.
So, and actually, one of the strong field for Shibaura is robotics. Okay, just imagine if you come to Japan, there are so many opportunities to see such kind of like R&D, including the Shibaura laboratories and the professors. And this is a museum of the robotics named the Miraicon, like a future museum. So this is coming from Honda. I think many of you know about Honda, very famous with the automobile and motorcycle, but also they are also developing this kind of robotics. And if we go to their showroom, we can take a look at the robotics. There are so many opportunities to see such kind of technologies in Japan and real applications.
Okay.
And some of the people are interested in the quite funny. Some people developed this kind of robot. Just a moment. Just a moment, please. So this is a real size Gundam built in Yokohama.
Voltage 5. Wow, looks like a toy.
But real size. And really moving. Of course, just for the display purpose, not for the real battle. So just like this, Tokyo is a very interesting city as a combination of the state-of-the-art technology and still ancient culture and nature. So I hope you will go to Japan, maybe for the study program or sightseeing or like a study exchange program or short-term attachment. So there are so many opportunities. You may find a chance to go to Japan through the collaborative program, which will be explained by Mr. Sugiura later. But anyway, so exposure to the different culture is very valuable experiences. So Shibaura, okay, so this is my university. So I'm really proud of being a member of Shibaura. Why? Global ranking, partly yes. Location, partly yes. But most of the important thing is the dedicated faculty members. So I'm really proud of my colleagues, professors. They are all dedicated and good at instruction and friendly. And so even after the graduation, most of them are keeping in touch with each other. So then that's the reason why we are expanding the network in Asia. So please think about going to Shibaura. And if there are amongst this audience, if we have some professors, so please take a look at our website. This one, I will send the link. Okay. So through this website, there are so many short-term mobility programs, which is already planned. So if you are interested in it, we may be able to take advantage of the online program. Because nowadays, due to the COVID situation, the programmers are turned into online. So if we go to specific country, so this is only one school, but this is online. So our professors are hosting, let's say, 5 universities, 6 universities, even more, with 50 participants, 60 participants. If CTU faculty members are interested in these programs, so they can jump in. And we have short-term mobility program. Okay, so I also have another video about the battle tour of the campus, but so due to the time limitation, I need to skip it. I hope I will show, I have another opportunity to show it to you later. But okay, so I just want to be more interactive. So here is an input from the audience. Okay. So what do you know about Japan? This is samurai Edo era. So in a modern city, so we cannot find this kind of people anymore, only in the museum. But Love Japan, very thank you. Home of Ashimo, yes, Honda robot. So this is also nice one. Okay, one of the most disciplined people in the world. So discipline and culture is also important for us. And one of the discipline is mutual respect. So if you come to Shibaura, it would be very good chance to have a cultural exchange. Okay. Okay. Number 2. So I want to go visit Sapporo and Hokkaido Prefecture. Okay, so this is a nice city for the sightseeing, but even in Tokyo, there are too many places you will enjoy for the sightseeing or cultural exchange or tradition or food or Gundam or Akihabara, whatever. So I hope you will come to at least short-term attachment, 1 week mobility program. Okay, so this is my part. Then next, our exchange program, like a credit exchange program or research exchange program, will be explained by Mr. Sugiura.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for, first of all, hello. Okay, anyway, thank you very much for, first of all, I would like to thank Cebu Technological University for giving us an opportunity to introduce our university. And I would like to also thank everyone who are listening to our presentation today. Okay, so I hope through our today's presentation, I hope it will attract you and your students. And I hope today will be a good start for our future collaboration. Okay, so now I will pass it to my colleague, Ms. Chang, and she will explain it about our university and our programs. Okay, so Ms. Chang, please.
Hello, everyone. I will introduce about our exchange programs. And I want to show our PowerPoint.
Okay, sorry for kept you waiting.
Greetings from ICT. This is the introduction of the exchange programs that we offered for the students from overseas. We are pleased to inform you about our programs and our university. This is the content of our briefing. We will start with the introduction of our university, then the feature of ISIT, followed by non-degree programs, and the next is about Tokyo and Japan. And lastly, we will introduce student life. First is the introduction. This is our mission statement. Nurturing practical engineers who learn from society and contribute to society. ISIT has 3 campuses. 2 is in Tokyo and 1 is right next to Tokyo. This is the numbers of students in SIT. We have over 9,000 students in total. SIT have 7 major areas, covered most of the engineering fields, like electrical, architecture, design, biotechnology, mathematical sciences, mechanical materials. Next is about feature of ICT. One of the best features of ICT is internationalization. In 2014, Japanese government has launched the top global university project to be role models for the internationalization. Actually, there are 800 universities in Japan, and only 37 has been chosen for this project. ICT is one of the chosen. This is the numbers of the students of outbound and inbound. You can see the number is increasing year by year, especially after 2014, when we were selected for this project. And in 2019, we accepted over 1,900 students. But our goal in 2023 is to 2,800. That's why we are trying to receive more international students. This shows the numbers of international students who are studied at ICT. As you can see, we have received many students from Asia countries. Currently, we only have 2 partner universities in Philippines. That's why we hope to develop more partners and increase the numbers of Filipino students. As one of the top global universities, we have several goals to achieve. This 100 means that we will send all ICT students to abroad at least once until they graduate. Also, we need to increase the numbers of the international students up to 40%. In 2020, we are ranked in 35th of the Japan University ranking. As you can see, our ranking is growing every year. We have other goals too, to become the top 10 technical university in Asia by 2027. Okay, next is the non-degree programs. I would like to explain our programs about course-taking sandwich program and research exchange laboratory internship program. First one is the course-taking sandwich programs. This program is for both undergraduate and graduate. SIT offers more than 100 English-based courses. Students can take courses at SIT 1 or 2 semesters. Our spring semester starts from beginning of April to the end of July. Fall semester starts from end of September to the end of January. As we know that CTU's summer vacation is from May to August, so I guess fall semester is more suitable for your students. Of course, please check our academic calendar, and we offer scholarship opportunity. I know it's not enough for you to live in Tokyo, but I'm sure it's help part of living expenses. We accept applications twice a year, October and April. Our website has more details about these programs. Then I want to introduce how to check the courses. You can find the course schedule on our website. By click here. For example, about spring semester, by click the all department, it can take you to this page. And here you can check the date. And here you can check the About the syllabus, there are two places the students need to attention. One is about this number. Requirements. Of course, you can choose any courses as long as you meet the requirement. The second one is about research exchange laboratory internship program. This program is for the students who are 30 years or higher. Also includes the master or the PhD. The main of this program is to conduct the research work by joining the lab and supervised by the host professor. The best feature of this program is the flexibility of application and program length. We accept applications 6 times a year, and you can choose during 8 days to 1 year. Some students come to SIT during their summer vacation, and some students stay in SIT for a year to complete their master research. We also offer scholarship opportunity. You can get more details from link here. About this program, the most important thing is to find professor. This is a web page where you can find our professor's information. By click search by research image here, it takes you to this page. Then you can look for professors who match your research. You need to choose up to 3 professors related to your field, and we will match you and professor based on your CV, research plan, and motivation letter. This figure shows the international student's nationality. You can see that the latest spring semester, most of the students are from Brazil, Vietnam, France, and China. Unfortunately, we don't really accept huge number from Philippines. That's why we prepared this brief link today, especially for CTU. Okay, let me talk about why non-degree programs. The first reason is that it will be a good chance to study at Japan University with very low pricing. And the second reason is that it will be a good chance to expand your horizon. Practice makes perfect. So by studying in different environments with different people, it helps you to broaden your knowledge, expand your thinking. Especially, it's important if you want to become a great researcher.
Okay, so we still have like several contents left, but I think like we are running out of time. So I think we are now ending the presentation. And also I want to introduce one new launched program. So as my colleague mentioned, like we have this course taking program. And basically this is the study abroad program. However, like for this fall semester, we decided to conduct this program online, and the students from abroad are very welcome to attend these courses. So later, once we create the web page, I will definitely share it to Dr. Doris and people in Cebu Technological University. So I would be very appreciated if you can consider participating in our program. I believe I think like coming to Japan, it may be like you need to have you need to pay a lot of living expenses, but you can experience Japanese course and Japanese culture or Japanese atmosphere without worrying about living expenses and other fees. Okay, so that's it for our presentation, and thank you very much for sharing your time with us today. Thank you. And Salamat in Philippines, I think. Okay, thank you.
Thank you also. Arigato gozaimasu. Can we hear from Professor Hiro once again?
Yes, I'm here. Hello?
Yes, Prof. Are you continuing your lecture or Are we open now to some questions from our audience?
Okay, so do we still have a time for more presentation or video?
Yes, we still have time for you, sir.
Okay, so can I show some video now?
Yes, you may, sir.
Okay, just a moment. So due to COVID, we cannot move up, but still we have a chance for the virtual tour. So I just want to show you the sample. So just a moment. So this is a case that the UNITEM, the Malaysian universities, student came to Japan. In 2017. So this is under the Sakura Science program. So 1 week attachment. Okay. Okay, just a moment. So just imagine that they are departing from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur International Airport, and coming to Japan, and went back to Malaysia. So after having a 1 week attachment. So due to the time limitation, I will play it with double speed, much faster. But anyway, so please take a look. So this is a virtual tour to Shibaura Institute of Technology.
Prof. Hiro, you have not shared your screen yet.
Okay, I will do so. Just a moment. So just a moment.
While Prof is sharing the screen, I would like to have this opportunity to thank the Global Admissions officers who have just presented the internationalization programs of Shibaura Institute of Technology, Japan. Go, Prof. Hiro, you may now share your video.
Okay, thank you. Can you see this?
Yes, we can, sir.
Uh-oh. It's...
Halo, konnichiwa. 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 Saya dah berapa? Tiket. Oh, mau dia mana? Dia mana? Ya. Oh, pasal dua semua. Yes.
Just imagine that they have arrived in Tokyo after taking a air flight for 6.5 hours from Malaysia to Japan, and next they are walking to Shibaura Temple. Having lunch in sushi. Trying halal food. And very fast they went to
Ayo, so kita gimana? Kita akan pergi cari tempat guys. Pulang tempat, aku bawa orang akan lakukan. Nampak benar. Ya sih.
So this is a workshop about electricity. And after that, they went to Odaiba.
It's island in France. But I never tried. Oh, now you know. So we're going to eat there at the buffet. Yes. So we know lah. And we're going to visit the Wanderers maybe. Yes. So follow and subscribe. Give a thumbs up.
Hello guys. Tengah nak pergi apa? Stage apa? Odaiba. Odaiba.
Ada apa itu?
Nak makan buffet. Oh, sedap kan?
So you can see the Tokyo Bay Area in outside the window.
Ni video kali.
Wah,
video kali dia dah tak heran.
Jauh. Ya sih. Lagi mana? Kita pergi ke Odaiba. Ada apa tu?
Odaiba.
Alright, so let's go outside from here. Yes.
So the public transportation is very convenient for this Odaiba. So they are Muslim people, so they have to eat halal food. So the Japanese food are not all halal certified, so they do seafood. The seafood is also okay for Muslim people as well. So this is a night view of Tokyo Bay.
Go for it.
So they are coming to Tokyo Hotel, this is the discount store. And running Japanese character.
Fui.
This is her name, Happy. So this is within temple. And this is the seafood market.
I plan to do a time lapse tapi tak ada gimbal. Oh, ada gimbal. For balance.
It is in November, but it's quite cold and the raining. And after the lake falls, so they enjoy the autumn leaves. So this is the industrial village named the Tokyo Electronic Corporation. So they are majoring in electrical engineering. So they went
Hello.
after that they all change.
So, hey, but then where are we? Where did you find this shop, Wani?
From my friend's suggestion.
Oh, your first suggestion. Oh, hebat. Pati ni macam mana?
Ya.
Sihat. Buat apa tu? Kenapa duk kira kat sini?
They always enjoy food. And some Japanese.
Ini boleh datang. Datang sampai.
So this is the last one they had. And they the outing once again.
Bye. Bye. Yeah.
So this is the dinner after the final presentation and closing ceremony. The doctor was very impressed with the performance of Philippine students. So workshop went very well. After hard working effort, they received treatment by Professor.
Bye. Hafiza. Oh, nice. Okay, Wani. So, sila ni, makan besar? Ya. Berapa besar ni? Oh, dah berapa kali buat ni? Oh, 5 kali. 5 times.
So unfortunately, this year we didn't capture the communication between Philippine students and Ibarra students. But actually, during the workshop, they had a teamwork. They were divided into one small team and teamwork was together with Japanese. That will facilitate the mutual understanding and cultural exchange.
Berdiri. Oh, kali behind. Thank you.
Always public transportation, well organized, train, efficient. At the end of the program, they announced the time to finish the program and went back to Malaysia.
Oh, Ikan, gimana? Habis program dia habis. Reza. Yes. Is it? Feedback. Kau tunggu.
We are having
terbaik, jumpa terbaik.
jam. Bye. Korang ada apa? Feedback? Masa APP kan? Wani? Best. Apa lagi yang belajar?
Belajar banyak.
Eric, feedback?
Itu
Yes.
Terfikir before I pula.
Allah, balik Malaysia terfikir tu.
More feedback or next step?
Brian, what's your feedback? Feedback from the program?
Yeah, I'm quite happy to join this program and I'm so unfortunately I have no time to do something lah. But I hope I can join this program again.
Inshallah.
Okay, so here is a virtual tour to Shibara Institute Mobility Program, Institute of Technology Mobility Program. So I hope the COVID problem will be solved in the very near future and free travel will be restarted, and then you will come to Shibara, our campus, just like these Malaysian students. Thank you very much for watching. And do you have any question or comment from the audience?
Right, so audience, you are free to ask your questions. You may type it in the chat box, or for those who are watching through Facebook Live, you can also type in your questions via the comment section. So thank you, Prof, for showing to us the programs that you have there at Shibara Institute of Technology, Japan. So you have shown us the different international students, such as those from Malaysia. And you have also mentioned that only few yet from the Philippines. As a matter of fact, you only mentioned two universities, University of San Carlos and University of San Jose Recoletos, being your partner universities in the Philippines. Actually, they are in Cebu, those universities in Cebu, just like Cebu Technological University. Okay, so again, if you have questions, you may type in your...
Doris, actually, some of our students from engineering during our Monozukuri program.
Monozukuri program, yes.
Myself has visited Sibaura Institute of Technology.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was the time when we have our partnership with Saitama Prefecture and also from Toyo University through Dr. Yoshida. So Cebu Technological University in partnership with University of San Carlos and University of San Jose Recoletos. Students, representatives and faculty were able to visit Japan through the Monozukuri Human Resource Program. So CTU has been with this through JICA also.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, so that is the program. So we are so thankful for this opportunity, Professor Ishikisaki.
Thank you very much. So how did you enjoy the working environment and life in Japan? How long were you there?
We were there about 19 days. And Japan, you have so many prefecture, right?
Yes.
It's a sort of a government or a province. So, well, with respect to the culture and even the mode of transportation and the way we are going to attend conferences and plant visits, we also visited the different sites during that stay, and students were immersed for about a week in a particular plan, and they are going to write down their observations and share that within the class. And with all of the three universities from Cebu.
Yes.
What follows was all about job hiring when they graduate.
I see.
Yeah, I think one of our students who was part of that program now working currently in Japan. So and that is the preparation for our graduates also to be employed in Japanese companies, and they have the the ideas and even knowing all the cultures, how to be working in a Japanese company or even other ASEAN neighboring countries also. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for your comment.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Galindo. And so for the information of everyone, we have participated, the College of Engineering students have participated in that program. They went to Japan at Shibaura Institute of Technology to immerse themselves. So students of CTU, you have this opportunity as well. So you can just ask your chairpersons for internationalization, ask for these opportunities. Hey, Prof. Hero, well,
Yes.
we are waiting for some questions. I
Yes,
have
please.
internationalization in the Philippines or even at Cebu Technological University may be somewhat new. So can you tell us how important internationalization and cultural diversity are in the university?
Yes.
How important is cultural diversity or internationalization in a university? Prof, you are muted, I think. I cannot hear you. Or is it because of your earphone, perhaps? I think Hero is located. We cannot hear you, Prof. I think.
Can you hear me?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay, so I disconnect my because this is not working. So maybe the sound is not nice, but let me respond. Okay, the importance of the diversity. In reality, just for example, I mentioned that I was in the US. Luckily, during that time, I was always surrounded with very, very good people. Good American people, South American, Europe. So I was very happy. But in reality, what is happening in the US? Asian hate crime. So here's the reality. Why it's happening? Ignorance or hate, but education, mutual understanding could only help creating the better world. If we are friends to each other, so we don't have to ignore each other, we don't have to avoid each other. Rather than that, through that collaboration, we can find something new, we can create something new. In the case of Japan, basically, Japanese is traditionally quite homogeneous and conservative country. But nowadays, we are trying to get out of the country and having a cultural exchange. Because this is what means to understand other people. For example, Japanese, we are different to each other. So different is the reason why to avoid others. The answer is no. So if we are different, that means you have something I don't have. That's sort of the difference. So I have limited understanding about the Philippines. So if we go there, I can find more, which I don't know yet. In the meantime, why Shibaura is hosting so many global programs to Japan? Because the foreign student will bring something new to Japanese people. So we can learn from you by hosting such kind of programs. And nowadays, so international collaboration, especially in the educational field, so the interest of the faculties are not simply related with the research interest. Together, just like writing the new paper, so it will be the more productive and more inspiring academic output. So this is a creative side. And another thing, and opportunities. So if you go to other countries, you may find you will find, hey, your standard in your country is completely different in other countries. So this will be quite inspiring as a human, other people. So that's the reason why I'm living in Malaysia and going abroad. Especially in during the youngsters, like university days, you can find so many programs. If you after graduating and start working, so you have limited chance. So if you are in the university, try to find such kind of programs, funding, the scholarship to go abroad. Am I answering to your question, Dr. Doris?
Yes, perfect, Prof. Hiro. So just to review some of the points that you've mentioned, it is important to internationalize because first we have to expand our understanding of each other, so to avoid conflict if that is possible. If you learn of each other's differences, that would be better. And if you understand each other. And the number 2 point is that we will learn from each other through internationalization. And yes, diversity is a very good thing as well. It's very interesting to
yes,
be
creative, very creative.
Yeah. So you can be united even though we are different. Okay.
Yes.
And then you are flashing right now Virtual Asia Exploration, which
yes.
CTU is involved in. I think lots of students have joined in this project. For those who are here and who are not familiar with this project, would you want to share what this is about?
Yes, so just imagine, so Dr. Doris and myself are working together for this program. So this program is hosted by 60 universities from 5 countries, Philippines, Japan, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. So quite diverse. So if we didn't try to start such kind of program, I never knew Dr. Doris here. And if I don't know about Dr. Doris, I could not attend this kind of event. So the reason why we are creating such kind of interesting program is to facilitate mutual understandings, especially amongst Asia. So once again, Asia is very diverse, and Japan is one of the Asia. But so we have different culture, different originality and uniqueness. So we can only understand the people through the history and conversation. That's why we are hosting such kind of event and creating a new partnership, just like this event.
So for the information of everyone, this has already begun. So there are 6 universities to join in this project, collaborative project, Virtual Asia Exploration. So there are universities from Malaysia, from Thailand, from Japan, from Indonesia, and of course from the Philippines, which is represented by Cebu Technological University.
Yes.
It's an umbrella project of Asian Technological University Network, okay, which Shibara Institute of Technology and Cebu Technological University belong to.
Yes. And luckily, we have more than 300 participants, applications for this program. So as we could not accommodate all of them, so we decided to have VAX2, Virtual Asia Exploration Program 2, from September to December. So the second one is already planned. So if any of you are interested in it, so this will be reopened from September. So, and similar program about entrepreneurship will be also opened during the same period, but it will be Saturday morning time. So Malacca Technological University will be hosting the entrepreneurship together with the CTU as well, CTU and SIT as well, and also including the Indonesian university named Telecom University. And UITM, Malacca Technological University. Once again, 5 countries, 6 universities are hosting the similar event about the business aspect named entrepreneurship. So if you jump in to this kind of program from the CTU status. So you will have a virtual exposure to the different culture.
Thank you, Prof. Actually, we have started disseminating the information already. So for those who have not known this, you can always go to our page at CTU Internationalization and ASEAN Integration page so that you will have the opportunity to join in courses. And most of these courses, like the Virtual Asia Exploration, are for free. And you get the education from different lecturers abroad, international lecturers as well. So students, this is a good opportunity, and I think a lot of students have already ventured into these free collaboration projects. I hope that those who are here, you will be informed as well, so that you can grab this experience and opportunity. So, anyone, one more question. If you have any question, you can ask Prof. Hero. Anybody? And then Shibara Institute of Technology also has offered their program, so you can view their website or the link that has been shared earlier. So ready to move out. So if you have like you want to get involved in their programs, that would be better as well. And Japan is a very wonderful country. No, wala no question. All right, Prof. Hero, I would just like to inform you that our president is listening and watching us right now on Facebook Live.
Oh, it's my great pleasure.
But right now he wasn't able to speak earlier because we have like an urgent meeting. We would like to present to you the certificate of appreciation for this time that you have with us. Moment.
Thank you. Oh, cool.
Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Professor Hiroyuki Ishizaki, Visiting Professor of Shibaura Institute of Technology, Japan, for serving as a resource speaker for the topic Japan, Culture and Internationalization of Engineering and Technology during CTU's first International and Intercultural Festival on June 10 to 11, 2021, done via webinar hosted by CTU Philippines. This certificate is given on the 10th of June, 2021 in the city of Cebu, signed the University President, Dr. Racine A. Ancheta Jr. A round of applause, everyone, for our first speaker for this festival. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Doris.
Thank you so much.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Prof.
Okay. So this is a good example, I thought, because last year, until 2020, I don't have any friend in Cebu. I don't have any place to visit in Cebu until last year. But after we start working together with Dr. Doris from this January, now I have a reason to go to Cebu, and where I can find a good friend and guide to see around the CTU campus. And I do believe that you will serve me a very good local food, which normal tourists cannot find.
Yes, we will be serving you balot, Prof. Hero. You try to Google that. That's one. I think that's the #1 strangest food on the planet Earth.
Yes, please. So that is the benefit of having a friendship.
And Dr. Galindo also will show you around Cebu. Cebu is the.
I'll volunteer to tour around with you in Cebu. So
Yes,
I'll be
please,
your driver. I will be your driver.
Oh, no. So you will be my
At your service.
mentor.
Okay, so I will be with you at the time that you will be coming, and then we'll see some of the tourist spots in Cebu and also the cultural heritage places here, and as well as some of the CTU campuses within Cebu Technological University. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, and
Professor.
Dr. Galindo, I'm looking forward to listening to your lecture through Virtual Asia Exploration Program.
That will be on June 24. Yeah.
Yes, please. Okay. Would be exciting for me.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Dr. Doris.
Ishizaki.
Thank you.
I don't know if you can stick around for the final part so that we can have like a photo op later on.
Yes, please.
Have that time. Right. Now we move to our second speaker. He will be formally introduced by our chairperson from the Carmen campus. He is from Kenya and he will speak about the culture and internationalization of maritime programs. Let us hear from the chairperson, Ma'am Alma Arnejo of the Carmen campus to introduce our second speaker.
Everyone. Good afternoon, Dr. Doris. Our next speaker is a marine engineer from Kenya. He is a faculty member and a technical advisor of Bandari Maritime Academy in Mombasa. He is also a very important person for CTU Carmen campus, as he is our first international graduate for the Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering program. He graduated in 2015 with Latin honors as cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our very own long-lost brother, Mr. Linus Chumba.
Okay, thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you so much, Professor Halma Anejo. If that is the correct pronunciation, let me think so. Let me also thank Ms. Doreen for this program, because she's the one who has been following up on me regarding this program of internationalization that you have today. First of all, let me thank CTU for coming up with this program on internationalization and multicultural diversification. I'm so happy to be part of this program this morning. Here in Kenya, it is morning. You know, I'm from class. I thought that the program will start around 8:30 p.m. Kenyan time. Little did I know that. But anyway, I'm so happy to be part of this program, that you've invited me to share my insight on Kenya culture, as well as program here in Kenya on maritime program on internationalization. So first of all, as you know that I'm a graduate of CTU Carmen. In the year 2015, I finished my bachelor degree in marine engineering. And as Professor Halma said, yes, I did graduate with cum laude Latin. And I'm also happy to be the first international student to graduate from CTU. I think that's an honor. And maybe by this time, we have so many students who just come after me from different countries. As I've also realized that you have partners from Malaysia, you also have partners from Poland, you also have partners from Japan and Bulgaria, if I'm not wrong. So this shows that the school is actually growing each day, and this is the spirit that is needed in the current world. We say that when people come together, then we share various insights, and this once improve the world. And this is why this morning we are celebrating cultural diversification, because in it there is importance. Because in cultural diversification, we get to understand each other more, and we make a world a better place to live. So I'm so happy for this event that CTU is streaming it on for us to learn the importance of having this cultural diversification and also internationalization of our programs. So I've said before that I'm a graduate of CTU, and CTU has been delighting in diversification. That's why some time back, we've been able to have a chat and communication with the school on how Kenya can also be part of this program on internationalization, especially on the maritime program. So I know as of now, the management here in my school is doing all best so that we can have linkages and partnership with CTU. And very soon, we are going to have an MOUs with your school. Our school is still growing, which was recently commissioned by the president to be a state and excellence center of providing maritime education and training. So in terms of marine, which I know I will talk about it later on more, is we are still at inception stage, and we are still looking for various partners who can be able to partner with us in various fields and also knowledge on how to run these programs. Because as I said, Kenya is still growing in terms of maritime. And currently we also have few schools which offer the maritime programs. So before that, I want us to maybe learn one thing that CTU is delighting in diversification. That culture is a broad term that encompasses beliefs, norms, and also behaviors. So in culture, when all these things are inculcated together, we get to understand each other. For example, me as of now, I'm able to understand Filipinos. And those who we interacted together during my time are also maybe able to understand maybe how Kenya people are. So we should be able to understand each other in terms of various diversification that we have. So we have people who have various cultures, norms, beliefs. All in all, at the end of the day, it is fruitful to have these cultures. More at times, when I was still a freshman there, it was really somehow hard to cope up with my colleagues, especially my students, our colleagues who we were studying together, because they could make jokes, which on my side wasn't good at all. But during the time I stayed with them, and I was able to understand them. And at the end of the day, we could now be able, we were able to relate well. All this is because of the cultural difference beliefs that we do have. So we say that the world is in contact with people with different backgrounds, all walks of life. And it is always a good rule of thumb to be able to honor the cultural diversity with actions. And this is exactly what CTU is trying to do. So I want to really congratulate CTU in whatever they are doing, because in it, they are really supporting the cultural diversification. Congrats to all who are running this program, and especially the internalization person, chairperson, to Carmen, who we've just been able to contact each other. And also more so, I also have one instructor by the name Elfis Areliano. Yeah, he used to be an instructor, and he was really a very good instructor of mine. To date, we are still able to have a contact on various issues regarding maritime programs. So, Mr. Elfis, I'm here because of you. Thanks and congratulations for everything that and the skills you've imparted to us. And here currently, as I said before, I'm just a lecturer here at Bandari Maritime Academy, serving as a tutor in marine engineering courses and also technical advisor to management in terms of courses that runs marine engineering. So thank you so much, Mr. Alphys and CTU at large for the skills that have imparted exactly on me. Okay, CTU has shown to support the cultural diversity, because in it, CTU has been able to interact with people from different cultures and different outside different world. So people do travel in the various places, and in doing so, they are able to understand the various sources of people who come, because in doing it, we won't be able to understand each other if we don't celebrate the culture that we have. So if you travel the world, you are able to meet the various cultures, understand them, and then from there, you have to learn how they behave. So another thing that I also want to put across is what are the various insightful quotes that has been given by the various people. That one is strength always lies in not in differences, not in similarities, but in what? Strength lies in difference, not in similarities. So when we have differences, that is where strength lies. But when we have similarities, it is not a strength, but always when we have differences, having a difference between Kenya, Poland, also Malaysia, and so forth and so forth. That is where our strength lies. And in it, we have different cultures that we have to separate, to celebrate. Okay, first of all, to the participant, I'm sorry because I won't be able to share the screen, but I prefer that I just have interaction online without sharing my screen. I hope that will be okay to you. Okay. Again.
Yes.
Okay, I will just, yeah, I hope that is okay. That it is said that never judge someone by the way he looks, or a book by the way it is covered. For inside those started pages, there is a lot to be discovered. Yes, never judge someone by the way he looks, or a book by what is covered, because inside those started pages, there lies a great potential. And that is why, since we are celebrating culture this morning, or this morning here in Kenya, that in those cultures, there is something fruitful that should come out of it. It is also said that the crucial differences which distinguishes human beings and societies are not biological, but what? It is cultural. That is the only thing that distinguishes human race. It's not a color, but only cultural differences. So in it, in the cultural differences, that we must be able to tap the importance of that cultural differences. And that is exactly what CTU is doing. Okay, there's also one person, that is Mahatma Gandhi, who once said that a nation culture resides in the heart and in the soul of its people. That is the culture of the people resides in the heart and soul of its people. So I know here in Kenya and also there in Philippines, you have your own culture. We also have our own culture, and thereafter I'll also be sharing Kenyan culture. You know me, since I stayed there for quite a long, maybe around 5 years, I've been able to understand Philippines culture. I've also been able to enjoy and to be with you people during those festivals and celebration. So those celebrations like eating Bible, coming together, fiesta, are the things that wasn't in my mind. But when I interacted with you guys and my various colleagues, friends that I have over there, we were able to visit these festivals. And in those festivals and cultures that you have, now lies the potential that it must be able to bring the world closer, and also discovering the various opportunities that lies within our culture. Okay, we must be able to be delightful in diversity, because diversity can come in various ways. either maybe in educational or maybe in work environment. So if it is in class, education, students like what I've heard the speaker from Japan explain about the various programs that they have and how they want to enroll their students. So this is diversification in education, like what CTU is doing currently, internalization of their programs to be able to have students from various countries coming together. So professor from Japan has talked about coming together and the various countries that students from various countries that they have. So in it, there is importance of having, there is importance of delighting in that diversification. So the diversification of cultures can come in working environment as well as in education. So when we talk about culture and delighting, because this morning or afternoon there, we are celebrating about delighting in diversity. That culture is a broad term that, as I've said in the morning before, it's all about norms, beliefs, and in it we should be able to understand the way people live. It is also very important that we recognize that there is a large sum of culture that exists. Yes, I don't know so much about the culture in Japan, but the culture that I've mostly come to realize or to know more is the culture in Philippines and here in Kenya. So in doing so, we should be able to recognize that there is a lot of cultures that exist. Say that if you are traveling maybe from one country to another, you should be able to be prepared to do as what they do, because there's also a saying that says that when in Rome, do as what Romans do. So in it, we should be able to have those potential or to tap the potential from those cultural differences. In it, we should also be able to respect each other's differences, because the world has a lot of differences, and it is also our duty to have those respect to those people. So again, another one, it is also very important that we acknowledge that all cultural expressions are valid. Yes, like here in Kenya, we have a lot of cultures. They're valid because it is still part of the society. And it is one of our responsibilities that we should be able to recognize them and to respect. There, I know Japan, the professor from Japan has talked about somehow about the culture there in Japan. So once if I visit Japan, I should be able to respect their culture. Like the way I did, I was also able to respect the Filipino culture, understand them, and even like them. I had to adjust on what my beliefs and my norms and other taboos in order to fit the society. So at the end of the day, I end up respecting the cultures and the festivals that are there. Okay, there's also another important of valuing cultures, because cultures at times bring something to table. Because also when I say about culture brings something to table, if you have that differences in culture, people will be so much interested to learn from that cultural differences. And at the end of the day, it is also again a resource or an economic resource in a way that it might also bring money. Because we've seen people who have different cultures presenting their cultures to different people who maybe are not aware of that culture. And at the end of the day, it brings an economic value to their lives. So that is still, again, an importance of having these cultural differences that we say we should be able to respect because of those different beliefs. Okay, celebrating cultural differences is not just a tolerating term, but also understanding and living according to the requirements that some culture need. Like if you visit here in Kenya, there are some cultures that you will come at first time and you will not like it. You might find it maybe awkward to stay in such a society. But at the end of the day, I know with time you're going to catch up and to be molded in that culture or a community. Talking about what I'm trying to say is here in Kenya, normally we have a lot of tribes. Like there in Sipu, you can as well have so many tribes. Understand the existence of these cultures. Okay, there's one thing that I also want to put the importance of cultural diversification in education. What's the importance of having this culture in education? One is we have to have, at the end of the day, we have a deep learning that it contributes to diversification of thoughts. When I talk about thoughts, the way people understand something is will be different from what other people understand. So when people come together, there will be much deeper learning of something that exists. So this is the importance of having the diversification in education and multicultural diversification in society. Okay, in cultural diversification in education, also we get to learn that people tend to have to grow confidence. Yes, people tend to have confidence. If you have been able to interact with people maybe from different countries, from different nations, then you gain confidence and growth. Yes, growth in mind and growth in this diversification in education. Okay, there's also another importance of having this cultural diversification in that it prepares for the future. Okay, if you attend maybe a cultural diverse institute of education, it will always prepare students for future place of work. So you never know which place of work you might be able to work. So this cultural diversification, understanding them and celebrating and accepting the way people live also can prepare you to work in any place in this world. So that is the importance of having cultural diversification in education. Also, cultural diversification in education will also make students to be able to have empathy. Yes, empathy. When I talk about empathy, is to be able to understand other people and feel. Yes, you must be able to feel for others. In doing so, you are diversifying cultural in education system, and that is the importance of having this cultural diversification in education. Okay, there is also maybe one benefit of having this cultural diversification in education. That one is compassion. So communicating and understanding of difference lead to increased compassion instead of judgment. So we won't be able to judge people because of what they have or what beliefs or culture that they have. But in it, we will be able to have compassion, or we will be compassionate about culture. This is because you are able to understand how they communicate. Okay, another importance that maybe people have to know is about the innovations, which I've just talked about. If you have maybe an idea that is different from mine, when people come together, different cultures come together, I know at the end of the day, there is going to be an improvement in an idea, innovation transfer. And that's why most of the time we've been having knowledge transfer. When we talk about Japan, for example, Japan are well known to be people who are put in skills in manufacturing, gas, and so forth. So in the different cultures that we have, we can now transfer the culture from Japan, transfer the culture here in Kenya, or the Kenyan culture to Japan, Japan culture to Philippines. So this is the importance of cultural diversification, because in it, there is a lot of benefits than disadvantages. So that is another importance. And then we also have productivity. That in productivity, people come together and bring their own style of working together. And then in doing so, it supports the productivity of the team. Especially this is for those who are working in a work environment. There is going to be an increased productivity of work. In our career as seafarers, because I'm a seafarer myself, people tend to work, or if you work in a crew vessel, you'll always find that there are a lot of crews from various nationalities. And maybe for those who don't have the skills, the life skills, might find it very hard to adopt or to catch up with the various cultures that is brought by various crews on board. So it is important even for the crews. As a CTU, we have marine seafarers who are undergoing this program. It is also very important for them to understand the cultural diversification, because they will be dealing with various crews from various nationalities. It has happened before that most crews used to commit suicide or tend to kill each other. The working environment at times might not favor some, because in it they are not understanding the importance of cultural differences. Because if you understand the way people live and just accept the way they are, then there is going to be a good harmony between the colleagues who are working in an environment. So this is the importance of having this cultural diversification, as well as there's going to be discovery of new opportunities, because when two people come together, at the end of the day, there's going to be an idea that is going to be new, that is going to be brought up. So that is the importance. And then one more importance is the problem solving. If I cannot solve my problem, maybe another culture or another race are able to solve my problem. And this is why this cultural diversification is important. I've just underlined and said that having these cultural differences is much more important, or it has a lot of benefits than disadvantages. I wonder if I will think a situation whereby how will the world be if we were all having the same culture? I don't know if you can also ask yourself such a question. If everything in the world are the same, I think the world could be monotone. Maybe people would like to visit here in Kenya because of the different cultures. By the way, we have tourists who are visiting various places from one country to another. The essence that they are looking is they are discovering the opportunities, the various cultures that exist in different places. And it countries in airports or maybe at seaport, there is normally maybe an entertaining group. They are trying as much as possible to show or to showcase the different cultures. So in it, it makes the world a comfortable place to live. So this is the importance of having this cultural diversification in education and also as well as in place of work. So turning to Kenya culture, I've said a while ago that Kenya is composed of a lot of tribes. Currently, we have 42 tribes in Kenya, and each tribe has its own culture. And the way we have to do is to be able to understand them. In fact, there are some cultures also there in Philippines that, like a place like Sikihor, yes? I'm talking about this because Sikihor used to be a very famous place. When I heard about Sikihor, I was frightened even to go to that island because the culture that they have and the culture that maybe other provinces of Philippines have is different. And we should be able to celebrate that difference. Okay, Kenya, I've said, composed of 42 tribes. Each tribe has some cultures that are different from the other. So in Kenya, therefore, diversity is perceived in terms of ethnic orientation because of different ethnic groups that we have, as well as also the different religions. Those are the two main religions that we have here in Kenya, is Christianity and Islam. So those are the two religions that is common in Kenya. And then also the official language here in Kenya is Swahili, which is a Filipino language, Tagalog for your case on the other side. So this is our official language, and Kenya is a multilingual country. Though Swahili is a national language, other official language is also English, because you find that most people are also trying to use these languages. So as you know that Kenya is found in Africa. Before I used to have most of my colleagues who never knew that where Kenya lies. They used to ask me, where is Kenya? Where is Africa in Kenya? Yes, and they also used to think that when we say Kenya, or they used to think that Africa is a whole country. Little did they know that Africa is composed of so many countries, and Kenya only is one of the countries that is in Africa. So that is a misconception that my colleagues used to have. So I'm talking generally about Kenya, and Kenya has an African languages that are mainly three languages. That is the Nilotic speaking people. We also have the Cushitic and also the Bandus, which is a language that is spoken by most Kenya. So, okay, there's also, as I've said, the two religions, Christianity, which is normally composed of around 80% of Kenya. And then another religion is Islam, which is around 11%. So those are the two main religions that we have in Kenya. Okay, if you come to Kenya, you also ought to know some culture that exists, so that you maybe don't find yourself in a problem. That's why I'm talking about Kenya culture at this particular moment. That there's some etiquette that maybe Kenya people have. Like if you maybe want to create a person, you don't create, you must create using your right hand. And to show maybe a sign of respect to that culture or to those people is you must be able to create them using your two hands. So this is one thing that is in Kenya culture, and it is very important that if you come, this is an etiquette that they will intend to see from you. Yes. So use both hands or use right hand. If you use left hand, it is not improper. Yes, that is the Kenya culture. And then also the Kenya attitude, people are always patient and relaxed. That's why you come here, you'll always be hearing about African time. That if you schedule a meeting, like right now, you schedule a meeting to start at 3:30 Kenyan time. If I will be a typical African or a typical Kenyan, and I use the African time, I will arrive at the meeting around 4:30 or 30 minutes late or 45 minutes late. So this is actually what Kenya is. And you should not be surprised when you visit, this is the culture that exists. Though Philippines has not so much adopted the American time, but in my view, you're much more ahead in keeping time than in Kenya, because in Kenya, as I've said, we use the Kenyan time. When Kenyan time, you know what it means, as I've explained. You don't really arrive at exactly the same time, but you'll be somehow late. That is quite okay here in Kenya. Yes, because this is what is in the mindset of many people, and it has been very hard to maybe eradicate this thing from the minds of people. So when you arrive in Kenya, you might maybe when you have a host, it is always very important that when a host invites you, like a host tells you that please arrive at 4 p.m. It is really not proper for you to arrive exactly 4 p.m. Yes, this is culture. We are learning about culture. That you need to arrive some minutes later, maybe not exactly that time, but you have to arrive some minutes late. This is still part of the culture that is in Kenya. And also maybe when it comes to eating, this one I don't have much problem right now because I've been able to share meals. Sorry to say this. I've been able to share meals with Filipino ladies and men. In Kenya, it will sound so much improper if maybe you start eating at the same time and you find a lady finishing food ahead of you. It sounds so much improper, and you won't be able to like that person who not all people, but if a lady starts eating with you and then she finishes the food earlier than a man, it's considered improper. But this is something that as of now, I've come to realize that the world is really different. This one, I saw it there and I became okay with it. But maybe if somebody happens to come here in Kenya, if you want to understand how these people are, please let a man whom you started hitting together at the same time finish earlier than you. Okay, so that is maybe eating, anything that pertains to eating and Kenya habit. And it is also very important that if you are maybe in a catering or in a festival, or maybe at home, it is always very proper for men to be served first than ladies. Men first, ladies later. When it comes to Kenyan culture and habit of maybe many communities or many cultures that exist. So maybe among one of the race or ethnic tribe that maybe we have here in Kenya, like in Samburu or maybe in Nandi, for example, it is always very improper for women to eat together with men. So that is the culture that also exists in our place, that women are not allowed to eat together with men. So men separate, women separate, not allowed at all in some other ethnic tribes here in Kenya. Since you wanted to know much more on Kenya culture and to celebrate the diversity that we have, then it is also very important that we share these things. So when it comes to maybe naming, giving names to people or children who are born, names normally take the conditions of a place, conditions of what is occurring at that particular time. If maybe somebody is born during maybe when there exists a conflict, so you might find that such a name will also, is or a name will be incorporated with something that relates to a conflict. If also maybe you're born at night, then again, it takes maybe the time you are also born. So some names can also take global events. Like if maybe somebody is born, maybe at the time, maybe a certain president of the world is sworn in. If maybe like Obama or Michelle, somebody can be called. Maybe if there is a global event that is happening. So this is how names also are named also here in Kenya. And some names also, of course, like there in Philippines, can also take a religious meaning. So we also have some festivals as the way you do there. That one of the festivals that is normally celebrated mostly, especially also in my place, is the circumcision. That when people, young group come together, there is normally a celebration that is normally done to these young boys. So people will normally come together, that is the elders to be precise. Is actually alcohol. So everyone will be coming with a pipe, and there shall be a common pot. Yes. So each one will be sipping the alcohol using the pipes. So it is a requirement that when you are also attending such festivals or celebrations, you also come with your own pipe. For what? For sipping. Yes. And you should always be in circles. And now, these age sets who should be able to be initiated will normally be having or wearing a certain clothing. These clothing are normally the animal skins. These animal skins can either be wild animal skins or it can either be domestic animals. So that is their clothing that they will be using for maybe a certain period of time, maybe for 1 month or some or a time that is dictated by the community. And then therefore they will also be living in a forest. They are not supposed to meet with any lady at all until the time that one month period elapses. So inside the forest, they shall be wearing the animal skins, and they will also be smearing themselves with a certain mud so that they are not able to be identified by anyone until that period elapses. Okay, in these festivals, it is normally accompanied by various music. And you'll always find that women during that time, the ceremony itself, they will be cheering their children. If they want to call the right, the circumcision right, then they are giving encouragement of wherever they are going. So that is the word of encouragement and music that accompanies this celebration. So in Kalenjin, mostly, girls are taught to kneel in front of men. So that is what these ladies are normally taught, especially in where I come from. Ladies, they are supposed to be kneeling in front of men. And they were not supposed to be talk in front of men until they are circumcised. Because as I said, or there are also some cultures that are also maybe still circumcising their ladies, but this is something that currently it is stopping because it is not hygienic at all. And the government, together with also international organization, are trying to stop the FGM, which has before being practiced. So anyway, I do not want to dwell so much on that. But again, you might find that in some sections of Kenyan communities and also the Kalenjin Maasai, there is always something known as piercing the ears. Yes, you have to pierce to make a hole on your ear, and then you put some certain weight or material so that it is able to stretch. So this is what is known as the earlobes. Earlobes is a one way of identification of one ethnic group from the other. So in it, people tend to identify one group from another. And then also there's also some traditions like in Maasai, whereby you drink blood. And this is animal, don't get surprised or then don't get shocked. This is the culture. If you come here also, you will test, you will drink. That they mix the milk together with blood, animal blood, and then you drink it. I haven't done so, but it is sweet. This is the culture. It is very important that when you come to Kenya, you test these things, yes? Because these things are so, they like it. And even those international people who do visit here, at the end of the day, they can also test this thing. Okay, so those is, in short, this is what we have in Kenya because we are celebrating the diversity in cultures and multicultural society that we live in. Okay, in a nutshell, our internalization programs in marine engineering and nautical sciences are two courses that we offer here in two main courses that we run. We also have port transport and logistic courses that are offered here in Kenya or in this maritime institution, Bandari Maritime College. So very soon, or maybe next year, the program is going to have a good number of students because currently we are still marketing and advertising our programs as well as trying to have linkages with various universities, various colleges. Like what we've just done recently is we have a linkage with Glasgow College in UK. And very soon, the management here in Bandari are in a process of drafting MOUs or in process of discussing a way of having partnership with CTU, especially in marine engineering program. So I hope CTU, you can accommodate us because we also want to be to internalize our programs here in Kenya. So Ma'am Doreen, or maybe if since you're host, you can maybe take us, maybe if there's some questions or anything that you want to also hear from me, this is the time that I will ask you to maybe ask anything or to still come on in this program.
Yes, thank you, Prof. Linus. Kumba? How do I pronounce your family name?
Chumba. Those some used to say. Those some used to say Chumba Juju. Yes. So Chumba. Yes.
Yeah. So we are welcoming questions, participants who are watching right now on Facebook Live or even here on Zoom. You may type in your questions to Professor Linus. But by the way, if you have not gotten it, he is our first international student of Cebu Technological University under the Marine Engineering Program of CTU Carmen campus. And right now, he is already a professor at Bandari Maritime Academy in Kenya. So thank you for being with us right now. And I apologize for the time. I actually changed the time because I know that Kenya is 5 hours behind the Philippines. Yeah, so it would be better to also consider your time there, the time zone there. So good morning, and here good afternoon in the Philippines. So any question from our participants? And just a recap, no, I really like the concept of Professor Linus, the reason why we have diversity in our in culture, and we welcome it because we need to develop empathy, compassion, and even technology transfer in the education system. Okay. So I haven't gotten any questions. So Prof. Linus, the president also would like to extend his appreciation to you. We would like to share to you the certificate signed by the president.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so certificate of appreciation is awarded to Linus Kipchirchir Chumba, professor at Bandari Maritime Academy, Kenya, for serving as a resource speaker for the topic Kenya, Culture and Internationalization of Maritime Program during city's first International and Intercultural Festival on June 10 to 11, 2020, done via webinar hosted by CTU Philippines. This certificate is given on the 10th day of June 2021 in the city of Cebu. May I request everyone to give our virtual round of applause to Professor Linus. Thank you, sir. Wait, sir. Here.
Thank you,
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Thank you. And by
Thank
the
you
way,
so
sir,
much.
we have similarities in terms of time.
Madam?
Filipino time and Kenyan time are similar. And that's the culture that I'm not agreeable to. So I try to be on time, and I always influence my students to come on time as well. But yeah, so we have that Kenyan or Filipino time. And we are going to end with the composition about internationalization. Engineer Aleguen, Mary Chris, are you here? Just say hi, and we would like to thank you for your efforts in composing this, along with your faculty members from Barili Campus, Sir Danny and Sir Pet Roy Pascual. Engineer Mary Chris, are you around? Ma'am Mary Chris Aleguen? Sige. Sir Elvis Arellano is here. Okay. Question. So actually, this is a very nice song composed by our faculty members of CTU Barili and interpreted and sung by Engineer Mary Chris Alegman. And I hope that you could stick around to listen to this video and the song until the end, and we will have a photo up later on.
Every dawn that's breaking brings hope to all that's aching. This temporary bend that seems like the end. We will make it through. You no love to cry, no dreams or hope to die. We can make it far together. No race, no class, no color. We discover that kindness knows no border. One world, one goal across the sky. Difference there is beauty. Cultures, genders, countries, roots are intertwined. In dreams we will be one. Never go separately. Wish forward as we journey. No one left to cry. New dreams or hopes will die. We can make it far together. No race, no class, no color. We can make this world a little better if in our hearts we rediscover that kindness knows no border. One world, one goal to prosper. We can make it far together. No race, no class, no color. We can make this world a little better if in our hearts we rediscover that kindness knows no border. One world, one goal to prosper. That kindness knows no border. One world, one goal to prosper.
Thank you again, Engineer Mary Chris. A round of applause for that song composition by Engineer Mary Chris, along with Sir Danny. I think Sir Danny is here. Hi, Sir Danny. Also, Dr. Petroy Pascual. They arranged the song. Very wonderful song. So we have now come to the end of our event for day one of our CTU International and Intercultural Festival. May I request everyone to turn their videos on briefly just for our photo op this afternoon. Okay, thank you so much. And tomorrow, 9 of CTU students will showcase their digital storytelling contest from the main campus, from Danao, from CCMSC, from San Francisco campuses. Na mo yung mga representatives nga ni-submit. I hope that you will support your your classmates or your batchmates or your schoolmates, no, your campus mates. Okay, let's take a photo now. Page 1 of 5. Smile, everyone. All right. Okay, page 2. I hope that you can turn your videos on so we can see your beautiful faces with different backgrounds there. Nindot kay ni Sir Ma'am Israeli sa kamotes, trees on yung background. And also thank you from Malaysia. We have from UTM, participants from Malaysia, from Iraq, from Thailand, from Japan. Thank you so much. Smile, everyone. Page 2. All right. Then page 4. Smile. So we have our speakers from Malaysia, Poland, and Bulgaria for tomorrow's webinar. So I hope that you will all still be there. Smile, everyone. Okay. Bye, everybody. This has been Doris Gascon saying, yes, Prof. Hero, and everyone working here saying we have to advance partnership for quality education and sustainability. Salamat sa
Thank
tanan.
you, Miss Doris.
Bye-bye. God bless.
Thank you, Ma'am Doris.
Sirs.